welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to meet the news on Global TV. We're live in the nation's capital, Abuja, and I am Ogochukwu Mobino. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited began offloading 240 million liters of premium motor spirit, otherwise called petrol, as it stepped up efforts to tackle the worsening nationwide petrol scarcity. As the NNPCL began offloading petrol, filling stations sold the product at an average price of 800 naira per litre in various locations. The 240 million litres of petrol imported into the country came in through 5 vessels, which were offloaded into 5 depots. Despite claims by the NNPC that the logistics issues causing fuel scarcity had been addressed, Nigerians in Lagos and other parts of the country still struggle to get fuel as many filling stations remain shut. The resurgence of queues at filling stations across major cities in the country has started posing a challenge for motorists as it continues to have diverse impact on households and businesses across sectors. While the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited says the scarcity is occasioned by issues of relocated to logistics, the price of premium motor spirit, popularly called petrol, has skyrocketed across the country, with some states purportedly selling for between 1,200 naira and 1,500 naira. Here at the Federal Capital Territory, Global TV's Sharon Ajayi has this rather disturbing development for us.
The fuel scarcity invariably creates difficulty for those in need of the product, especially those involved in the transportation business, lamenting the cost of living due to the high cost of food prices in the market. The fuel scarcity has made it a lot worse.
In fact, I'm not finding it funny. Buying something in the market is a problem. Queue again for filling station is a problem. I have my money in my hand. To buy fuel again is a problem. I was here before 6 o'clock before 7 o'clock this morning. Look at the time now. We are buying this thing and we are suffering queue again. Please, if you people can beg, help us and talk to people that you people are reporting to talk to these people for us. Nobody is finding it funny again for this Nigeria S-word.
Applauding the government for their efforts put in place to ease the cost of living for the masses. More measures should be put in place to curtail the fuel scarcity.
How can a country that produces crude oil be suffering this type of thing to get petrol? It's very, very unfair. I'm not in support of that. The government should do something, though they are trying their best, but they should try more to make sure that the masses are happy. People are not happy. For over 2 weeks, queue here and there. I struggled for more than 2 hours before I could get inside here, which is not fair.
Over the years, the fuel scarcity has been occasionally, judging by the current worsened state of the scarcity of the regular queues. It's definitely uncertain when the scarcity would come to an end.
It's something that we have been battling with for the past many years, so it's not new to me.
Judging by the queue at Central Area NNPC, we see that the fuel scarcity still lingers, regardless of the claims made by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, in regards to the logistic issue that has caused the fuel scarcity to linger. We see that Nigeria still struggles to get fuel. Sharon Ajayi reporting for Global TV News.
The senator representing Kwara North Senatorial District in the National Assembly, Sadiq Umar, has described the current fuel scarcity in the country as worrisome. Umar said the scarcity has made it imperative for the Senate to review the fuel policy and come up with legislative intervention in its Tuesday sitting with a bid to nip the situation in the bud. He therefore called on Nigerians to be patient with the government, saying that frantic efforts are ongoing by the President Bola Tinubu-led administration to make life more bearable for Nigerians. On the hike in the electricity tariff, Umar hinted that the Senate will organize a public hearing on the matter to either reverse the policy or break it into phases. The National Association of Nigerian Students has threatened to embark on mass actions if the federal government fails to take immediate steps to address the current fuel scarcity in the country. The students' body also asked the group managing director of the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, Mele Kyari, to resign if he could not take decisive actions to resolve the fuel crisis. The association Senate President Babatunde Akinteye, in a statement, lamented that the fuel scarcity has left many citizens, including students, frustrated and helpless. In continuation of its crackdown on forest racketeers, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has penciled for investigations 1,146 bank accounts belonging to individuals and companies over alleged money laundering, unauthorized dealings in foreign exchanges, and illegal naira manipulation. The Commission secured an interim order granted by Justice Emeka Nwite of the Federal High Court, Abuja, freezing the accounts. The EFCC had told the court that the accounts were linked to persons taking advantage of cryptocurrency to illegally manipulate the naira value. The Minister of Works, David Umahi, has said that the closed-circuit television and solar light would be installed on the Third Mainland Bridge by June to check the activities of illegal miners in the infrastructure. Umahi said that this after routine inspection of the underdeck project of Ido Bridge, Kata Bridge, and the Third Mainland Bridges in Lagos. He said Begja is the contractor doing the Ido Bridge, Kata Bridge, and Third Mainland Bridge, and has also seen the pace of work made and also happy with it. Also has promised to increase the pace of work against the incoming Lagoon Tide in June. The Deputy Governor of Corporate Service at the Central Bank of Nigeria, Mohammed Bello, said about $2.4 billion out of the acclaimed backlog of $7 billion forest claims were fictitious. He made the statement during the 2024 Law Week event of the Nigerian Bar Association at Gariki branch in Abuja. Bello disclosed that upon assumption of office, there were numerous demands for clearance of outstanding forest obligations. He added that this necessitated a comprehensive audit of the claim received to determine the genuineness or otherwise of the claims. The Joint Admission and Matriculation Board on Monday released the result of the 2024 Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination, showing that 1.4 million candidates out of 1.8 million failed to score 200 out of 400 marks. The number of candidates who failed to score half of the possible marks represents 78% of the candidates whose results were released by JAMB. Giving a breakdown of the results of the 1.8 million candidates released, the board's registrar, Professor Ishaq Oloyede, noted that 8,401 candidates scored 300 and above, 77,070 scored 250 and above, 439,974 scored 200 and above, while 1.4 million scored below 200. Ogun State Governor Dapo Abiodun ordered evacuations of residents in some of the buildings affected by gas explosion in the Ita-Oshin area of the Abeokuta North local government area of the state. The governor, during an on-the-spot assessment of damage done to properties and businesses around the area, said the evacuation would allow for integrity tests to be carried out on the affected buildings. Abiodun promised the state would foot the hospital bills of victims of the incident, while owners of damaged properties would be compensated. Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Ben Kalu, says the traditional institution in Nigeria must be strengthened and protected from the influence of elected officials. Kalu stated this during a visit to the palace of the Emir of Kano, Aminu Bayero. The Deputy Speaker, in a statement by his spokesperson, Levinus, said he plans to engage with the traditional rulers in the ongoing constitutional amendment processes and to incorporate the traditional institution into the document. Carlo, the chairman of the House Committee on Constitution Review, said monarchs must have security of office not guaranteed by the local government chairman, governors, or the president, but by the Constitution. The Lagos State Ministry of Environment and Water Resources, in its efforts to tackle flooding in the state, has commenced an enforcement initiative aimed at reclaiming a vital drainage channel known as the System 1 Drainage Channel midstream in Ojota and Ogudu. The ministry's commissioner, Tokunbo Wahab, whose tweets as Tokunbo Wahab on X.com disclosed, he stated that an inspection revealed that property owners were building new structures within the designated areas. Wahab stated that contravention notice had been served to property owners in the area since 2021 to encourage voluntary compliance. However, some disregarded this notice and continued construction within the designated area. The drainage channel, which is very important to Lagos State, will address major flooding issues on the mainland and its environs. Governor Godwin Obaseki of Edo State has announced a new minimum wage of 70,000 naira for civil servants. The governor made this known while inaugurating the Labour House. Obaseki named the Labour House after Adams Oshomole, senator representing Edo State and former governor of the state. The new minimum wage regime in Edo will take effect from May 1, 2024. Recall the Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, and the Trade Union Congress, TUC, have been pushing for a new minimum wage for workers across states. This is coming on the heels of the hardship occasioned by the economic reforms of President Bola Tinubu's administration. Meanwhile, the national minimum wage has been pegged at 30,000 naira since April 18, 2029. The federal government has appealed to the United States of America to repatriate more illicit funds transferred from Nigerian officials through its banking system. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Yusuf Toga, appeared in his remarks at the 6th session of the Nigerian-U.S. Binational Commission in Abuja. He reiterated that the Nigerian government's commitment to utilizing these funds for the collective benefit of the citizens in line with agreements with the development partners. You're watching Midday News coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on StarTime channel 276. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using @GlobalTVNG and other handles now showing on your screen. When Midday News returns, poor power supplies, governors hire consultants to break discourse monopoly. These and other stories coming right after this break. Do stay with us. This is Global Television bringing you live broadcasts of the Midday News. Thank you for staying with us. Welcome back, and if you're just joining us, this is Midday News on Global Television. On the foreign scene, Scotland's First Minister Humza Yousaf has resigned after facing the prospect of defeat in 2 confidence votes. Yousaf was appointed First Minister on 29 March 2023, becoming the youngest person, the first Scottish Asian, and the first Muslim to serve in office. After serving for 1 year and 1 month, Yousaf arranged a press conference at Bute House in Edinburgh to announce his resignation. He had informed his party's national secretary of his intentions to step down and requested the commencement of a leadership contest for his replacement as soon as possible. According to the UK Guardian, he plans to stay on as First Minister until a successor is elected. The first proceeding in a sprawling multi-part trial against members of an alleged far-right plot to attack the German parliament and overthrow the government began in Stuttgart. 9 members of the group, led by the minor aristocrats and business prince Heinrich Rios, will take the stands in the southern western city. They included, among others, a special force soldier, a former far-right MP, an astrologer, and a well-known chief. Prosecutors accused them of preparing a treasonous undertaking to people the German government. The affair is the most high-profile recent case of far-right violence, which officials say has grown to become the biggest extremist threat in Germany. Kenya has postponed the reopening of schools for the second term session by 1 week due to flooding that has killed over 70 citizens. The resumption, which was supposed to commence today, has been delayed till May 6. This was contained in a statement by the EGH Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Education, Dr. Ezekiel. The ministry, however, assured that measures to mitigate the adverse effects of the rains would be put in place. In business, governors of the 36 states of the Federation have agreed to work together to tackle epileptic power supply in the country. As part of measures to achieve these objectives, the governors have agreed to take steps to break the monopoly of discourse in power distribution across the states. Shareholders of the Nigerian foremost brewing company, Nigerian Breweries PLC, have unanimously approved capital raising of 600 billion naira by way of rights issued at the 78th annual general meeting of the company held at the Muson Center, Shell Hall on Nikon, Lagos. With this development, the board now has the authorization to undertake capital restructuring by way of a rights issue that will enable all the company's shareholders the opportunity to acquire more shares in proportion to their build holdings at a price determined by the board, taking into consideration the market conditions. According to Hemstra, the objective of raising fresh capital to the tune of 600 billion naira is to enable the company to settle its outstanding FX payables as well as part of the local bank facilities, which would lead to the elimination of the naira devaluation risk of foreign exchange losses as well as the reduction of huge interest burden on the company. In sports, Alex Iwobi has moved ahead of John Mikel Obi on the list of highest capped Nigerian players in Premier League as Iwobi was in action for 90 minutes in Fulham 1-1 draw with Crystal Palace at the Craven Cottage on Saturday, which was his 250th Premier League appearance. The 27-year-old was previously tied on 249 appearances with former Chelsea midfielder. Alex Iwobi will now set his sight on uspurring Yakubu Aigbeni in third position. The Nigerian national goalkeeper Chiamaka Nnadozie has etched her name in the history books by becoming the first African and Nigerian player to be crowned the best goalkeeper in the French D1 Ackermann Women's League. The 23-year-old shot-stopper's remarkable achievements this season, including her penalty-saving heroic, cemented her status as one of the best goalkeepers in the world. Nnadozie beat off stiff competition from Olympic Lyons Christian Endler and Cretizina of Paris SG to claim the coveted individual accolade. Nnadozie's penalty-saving prowess was unmatched this season, with the Nigerian international saving an impressive 7 penalties, the highest tally in Europe. That's it on Midday News, and it came to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. We're on StarTime channel 276. Kindly follow us all across the social media platforms using Global TV Nigeria and other handles now showing on your screen. I am Ogochukwu Mobno. Thank you for watching. See you again.